Welcome everyone back into my kitchen. This video I have called my Centennial video because that's exactly what it is. 100 videos I have made. Can you believe it? I can't at all. When I first started all this, it was clear back when COVID first hit, and I was doing it in my kitchen kind of just for something to do because we were all shut in. Remember that 30 days where it was just kind of a lockdown in the United States, and we had to stay in our houses. We couldn't go out to restaurants and eat, couldn't go to the fast food restaurants and eat anything. So people had to buy food at the grocery store and take it back home to your house and make something. And in doing that, it brought the young people kind of a panic in them that they thought, I can't do this. Well, they can, and they did. Because of videos like this that from somebody like me. I live in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, and I like to make things that are near and dear to my heart and that I call simplified meals. You can find me a lot of places now, not just Facebook. Of course on Facebook, on either my groups or my page. You can also find me on YouTube, Cooking with Carol Diane, and I have a website, www.cookingwithcaroldiane.com. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on the Facebook, like, follow, share me, whatever. Give a comment on my website. I don't care. Today I'm kind of festive for Valentine's Day, which is in just a couple of days, and I wanted to show something that I kind of like, which is a red velvet cake. Very simple to make. I'm going to jazz it up at the end, but so simple to make. I want to give a shout out to the gal that made my apron for me. Her name is Lenny with Cool Stitch. You can find her on Facebook. She makes these wonderful little aprons, and what I like about them is that she has a reverse side to them, that if I didn't want all of this for Valentine's Day and I just wanted like just a pink colored flower one, I could wear that side. She puts little things in them, like this cute little Made with Love spatula came with the apron, and of course she always has her little business card that she has with her aprons. So I thank her for finding me one and making one for me for Valentine's Day, because this is what I wanted, was the red and white and hearts, because Valentine's is for sweethearts. If you don't have a sweetheart, that's okay. Treat yourself. That's what I'm going to do, is treat myself. Either I do have a sweetheart, but I'm going to still treat myself. So today, simple, easy cake, red velvet cake. You see them at all the different stores, and that's what we're going to bake. First thing is to set your oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to just kind of jump right in and get the cake started here. You're going to need 2 sticks of regular butter. And in this particular recipe, I suppose if you wanted to use unsalted, you could. Normally I have just salted in my refrigerator all the time. So that's what I'm going to use today, is the salted real butter, not margarine. I haven't used margarine in years. I got away from using it. It was just too watery, all that water in it, and just didn't like the taste anymore. I really didn't. Okay, you're going to take that, and then you're going to take 2 eggs, and they need to be at room temperature. They really do. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. I kind of have to turn my mixer this way so that I can operate it and you can still kind of see in there. Okay, so 2 eggs. Here's 1. Here's 2. And we're going to whip that up right quick. So I'm going to turn on my mixer and start whipping that. I'm not doing a lot for Valentine's Day. I'm going to have a nice little dinner, and for dessert is going to be this cake. So I'm kind of excited about that. I really am. I like a red velvet cake, whether it's a cake, a cupcake, cookies, whatever. I just like the flavor of the red velvet taste in it. So we've got the butter and we've got the eggs. Now I'm going to add sugar, and you're going to need 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Pour that in. Let that mix up. Real well in there. Then I'm going to add some flavoring. I go back to my Madagascar vanilla flavoring, and that's 1 teaspoon of flavoring. If you don't have the Madagascar vanilla, it's a little bit more pricey, but it's worth it because of the taste. It's all right. Use whatever vanilla you have. So 1 big good helping of that, 1 teaspoon. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of distilled vinegar. That in there. And you're going to need 1 cup of vegetable oil. Any vegetable oil you have in your house will work. New one here. Let me grab my other one right quick. I didn't realize it was that low. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's 1 and I gotta take some out. Thought it was 1 1/2. It's 1 cup. Sorry. Dump a little bit of that back in there. Not sure my recipe called for 1 cup. Apparently not. 1 cup. 1 cup of the vegetable oil. That all mixed in there nice. So get all of your liquids going to begin with. And then you need 1 cup of buttermilk. Any buttermilk will do. I usually buy the Metal Gold. And take 1 cup of it. That's going to give it a nice, rich flavor, isn't it? 1 cup of buttermilk. Now I'm going to add the coloring, because right now it just looks like a yellow cake mix, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to go back to my Butlers of the red food coloring, and they're asking for 2 tablespoons of this. I'm not quite sure I'm going to go that much. We'll see what it looks like, because this is a little stronger food coloring than your regular at the grocery store. I think it'll be all right. So we'll go 2 tablespoons of that. And then if I can find that cleaned off, because I'm going to need it again here. This is a tasty cake. It really, really is. 1 last little whip. Now it's looking nice and red. Nice and red. And now we're going to need our dry ingredients, which is 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, which I've already got right here. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda to that. One teaspoon of that, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, which is right here. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cocoa. And I always buy the regular Hershey's cocoa, not an off-brand. Like I said, some things I do not skimp on. There's 1, 2. Puppy dog still wants to get into the act on things, I'll tell you what. He really does. Okay, and then you can swirl it around if you want, it's your choice. Getting that salt mixed into the flour, really nice. Just gonna mix that around just a little bit. And I'll pause and see what I can do with my puppy dog so you don't have to hear him. Hang on just 1 second. Apologize for that. Had to give the dog a bone. When all else fails, you give the dog a little treat. Okay, now we're going to take all the dry mixture and pour it right in there. You can do half. Make sure it mixes up pretty well. And then go ahead with your other half. Sometimes it goes other places. That's okay. That's all right. I'm going to stop it for just a minute and grab everything on the sides because I definitely want this all mixed in this morning here. I have a heart pan that I'm going to put it in. Heart pan. I've gone ahead and lightly greased and floured. If you don't have the heart pan, that's okay. Use 2 round cake pans. If you don't even have that, use a 13 by 9 baking dish will work just fine. Okay, let's see how this is doing here. Now that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Instead of going to the store and buying the cake mix, this one's going to taste wonderful. Wonderful. You won't be unhappy once you start learning how to make a cake from scratch. You really won't. You'll want it more than you do this kind of sickening sweet ones that you buy in the grocery store. I'm going to just pour this right on into my pan. Get all the stuff at the bottom here because we need all of that. That in there. Okay, set this aside. Make sure it goes down real even onto my pan. And I'm going to bake this for a good 18 to 20 minutes according to my cheat sheet over here. That's what I'm going to bake it at. And then when it comes out, I'll be back on to show you how I'm going to decorate this nice little cake. So I'll catch you in just a few when I stick this in the oven. Guess what? The cake is out of the oven. Oh boy, now the fun part comes. Okay, so here it is. And what I would like to do now is take it out of the pan and put it onto a nice cake plate. And to do that, I'm going to dump it upside down in my hand. And I'm going to put it just like that. How easy was that? It's a good pan. It really is. Good pan. Okay, now we need, like all red velvet cakes, have the nice homemade cream cheese frosting, and it's so easy to make. So let's dive right in and make some of that. You'll need some Philadelphia cream cheese, and I have that has been at room temperature while my cake has been cooking in the oven. So it's nice and soft. That's good. I also want to give a shout out to my daughter-in-law, Jackie. Today it's her birthday. And I'd like to say happy birthday, love and miss you, wish you were here, bet you wish you were eating this cake. She had major surgery and I hope she's doing a lot better. So happy birthday to you from us. You'll need 2 sticks of butter. 2 sticks of butter. And again, they've been out at room temperature, so they're coming right out of that paper. Yeah. I like holidays like this. I mean, my gosh, they have been advertising in the stores for, what's it been now, 2 months or something. I mean, it's just overwhelming how early the stores get all the holiday stuff out. And Valentine's everywhere, you know, red, white, pink, every color, you know, it's just everywhere you see is all for Valentine's Day. And that's great. All right, now I want to turn my mixer on. Turn my mixer on and get the cream cheese and the butter nice and blended. To that, you're going to add some flavoring, so go back to any vanilla. I'm just still using the Madagascar. 1 teaspoon of that in here. Give it some flavor. Mix it up real well, real creamy. You have to stop your mixer to do the sides. That's okay too, because you want to get that everything blended, especially the butter into the cream cheese. Get that all nice and blended. Then you're going to take 4 cups of powdered sugar. And I would just go slow at this by adding it just a little at a time. If you need to add a little bit more of a liquid to this, because it's maybe just a little bit too thick, I always keep a little bit of milk on hand. Just like to have that on hand. In case I need a teaspoon or something to make it just a little bit more. And whip that up, set this aside. Grab the towel while I was at it for stickiness. Again, just kind of mix that up. It's nice and creamy. Okay, let's look at it a little bit here. Like I said, I want to get all the sides really well. Yeah, let's go just a little bit more. Nothing better than a homemade cake. Nothing better than a red velvet cake. Really. Here's this little bad boy. Okay. Go ahead and take this out now. I will go ahead and move my mixer out of the way because I have other things I'm doing here. So just kind of scoot it over there out of the way. Yes. And that's what it should look like. got it all whipped up. Now you're going to take a generous amount and put on your cake. A whole bunch of it here. Some more. Now it's your preference whether you want to ice the whole thing or whether you just want to do the top. And a lot of times I will only do the top, leaving the rest of the cake showing. Nothing wrong with that either. Of course, with this batch of cream cheese frosting, you certainly have enough to do either or on doing it. Let's see what it looks like this way, or if I want to ice the whole thing. And to me, I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as far as the frosting goes. Like so. And then what I would like to put on these is, I went and I got some fresh strawberries, nice big ones. We have a Safeway down here, and for those that are local, down here with me on Horizon Drive, that Safeway, I like all their produce. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's a nice big strawberry, and I like that. Then I'm going to take, now I've showed you these bags before that I get for melting chocolate. You can do it a couple of ways. You can do it with these bags, or you can go ahead and get, just a bag of the Hershey's chocolate chips and melt it. You don't want to cook this on the stove or anything. You just want to put them in some dishes and then put them in your microwave for about 30 minutes, give or take. 30 minutes, stir it around, do another 30 minutes, and then see how you like it. So I'm gonna pop over to my microwave and do that right quick, and then I'll be right back because I want to get both of these bowls nice and melted. Okay, I have melted the chocolate, and on the cake, like I said, I can leave it like this and just have it where the icing, the frosting, is all here. I could add some sprinkles to the side of it, which always dresses up a cake, always. Just kind of go along and add your sprinkles. You can always clean it up on the side when you're done. I found these, and they have regular round little pearls in there. Those are always nice. Okay, so you take a strawberry, and I'm going to take this great big one. Go ahead and leave the top on the strawberry of the little stem because you want that. Wash them, dry them with a paper towel, really dry. Then we're going to dip it in the chocolate, and hopefully that stem won't come off. And you want to get it all the way real close up here to the stem. You really do. Get that all the way up there with your chocolate. Then I have a silicone sheet right here, if you can see that, the silicone sheet that I like to set mine on until they dry. And we'll do one in the white chocolate. And you just go along and make several of these. Just dip, dip, dipping. These are good all by themselves, but I am going to put them on my cake for a topping. I think that'll look real pretty. So these have to set up just a little bit. You can set your sheet in the refrigerator to have it cool. This stuff doesn't take very long to set up. It really doesn't. Let's get maybe some little ones here. And then there's a couple other little tricks that instead of doing it with a pastry bag, I don't know if you guys have seen in the stores, they're in the grocery stores, these little guys. And they are called Choco Maker cake dip. One is a milk chocolate and one is a bright white. And what you're supposed to do is put them in the microwave for about 30 minutes, give or take, until it all kind of liquefies. Not a lot, but a little bit. If it's not enough, then do it just a little bit more. And then take it out and do this. You just shake it. Shake it, and it's got a little turn top on it. And I will try, yeah. This one could sit just a little bit more, having it cool. And then this is what the drizzling is all about. To come over on the chocolate ones and drizzle that white on the chocolate, and then on the chocolate, do the same thing on the white. Again, test one first. Drizzle your chocolate. Don't those look yummy? Yum, yum. Also, you can take strawberry, dip it in your white chocolate, or dark chocolate, whichever you prefer. And then you can take either the sprinkles that I had, or yes, you could take some littler sprinkles. I found these that are the white and the red, and I kind of liked them. And then take this and dip it in sprinkles all the way around, and then set it down. Aren't those pretty? If you had different ones of, which I did right here, I had leftover of these gold. I think this was at Christmas time, I don't remember. See if I get some of that out. And probably would look better on a white. On a white one on that too. Whatever you have in your kitchen, you know, whatever you have. Dip that around in the gold if you like the gold. You could put that on there. Of course, mine's kind of melting just a little bit here. Could just sprinkle it maybe on there. Yeah, just sprinkle it on there. Works a little bit better. Okay? And aren't those going to be festive? And then once they dry, which I hope like this one is, not quite yet, but then we can add those to the cake. Up here. Big ones and little ones. Maybe I like this one. Stick him on there. Fun little ideas, aren't they? Fun little ideas. That's the little cake. And then I had another little stand here that I am going to put these on. I found these little silicone cake cups. I mean, it's a plastic silicone one, but in putting these in here to even let dry after they're dry, I think they'd look better after they're cooled and dried. Then we can set those on here, which I'll make pretty good. I'll make several more of those. I really will. Let them dry really well. Like I said, I think I'm going to refrigerate these. And I'll set those all on my little tray to have for Valentine's Day, which is coming up. I think husband will be pleased with that. All these chocolate covered strawberries, or whatever treat that you like. It doesn't always have to be chocolates in a box. Something homemade is the best to give to someone. And that's why I like showing these videos and making them for you, is simplified cooking at its finest with me, of Cooking with Carol Diane, from my kitchen to yours. Go have a grand evening. Bake a cake, cupcakes, the little strawberries, whatever you want to do, but have a happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.